of London, Hertfordshire, a typical suburb with a typical school in the post-war prefab style of architecture. But it is a school with a difference.
I hope now that you'll understand decimals and decimal currency. Those who are in Holland will remember all about guilders and cents. And when we get our decimal currency in England, you'll remember it all then, won't you? Well, now, we're going to do something different now. I want you, in a moment, where I tell you, to go and work in your topic groups. I want you to work there for the rest of the morning. So, very quietly, go to your groups.
It's the only school in Britain to be fully equipped with a multitude of TV and radio sets, record players, film strip and slide projectors, tape recorders and language machines, all part of an experiment christened by the children themselves, an adventure into learning. This is a new and noisy world. Not all the slides come from professional sources. The children themselves made these road safety transparencies. The children run their own library of 1,500 films and film strips. However, the usage of the ordinary book library has increased greatly since the school became automated. The children learn to look after the equipment and to understand how it works. Indeed, they claim to do less damage than the staff. Normal kids, no different from any others, except that in the 2 years the experiment has been running, children of 10 and 11 have acquired vocabularies of boys and girls of 14 and 15. All the machinery is there to aid the teacher, not to replace him, and often perfectly ordinary lessons take place.
2M, can you give me your attention for a moment, please? Sandra's run into a little bit of a problem. Her tree is all one colour and she wants to make the tree stand out. How can she make it more lifelike? Yes, David?
Well, it could be a bit darker. It could have green moss and hollow inside.
How can you advise Sandra then on how to make her tree stand out?
Well, she could do a few more squirrels and clone up the tree on it and make it where squirrels have been sharpening their claws and make some green moss.
I think you've given her plenty to think about. Thank you very much, David. All right, carry on.
From the first day they arrive at the school as 7-year-olds, they learn to switch on. In under a month, both boys and girls are proficient in operating their recorders and projectors.
Bronze Age farmers. The men became farmers. They cut grass and dried it to make hay for the winter. This was dried on poles. They had cows and sheep, and the boys looked after the pigs near the forest. Turn it off.
work takes the form of projects. 6 or 7 children combining to study a theme that has caught their imaginations. Measuring the whole class can be great fun, and making graphs of the results. It's also an excellent introduction to mathematics. As they grow older, these are 8 and 9-year-olds, work on projects intensifies. They study anything from African rural economy to the history of navigation.
Magellan's voyage. Here you see the route that Magellan took. He started out on September the 20th, 1519, on his ship, the Trinidad. There were 5 other ships, apart from his own. The voyage started badly because of the bad storms throughout the voyage. His crew were forced to eat rats and leather.
The ordinary classroom, however modern, will have to be redesigned as these learning methods spread. When there's a really important story to invent, chaps need a bit of privacy.
One day, Russell and I went to bed. We were reading the paper because Graham's mum left the paper on Graham's bed. We were just about to turn to the back when we saw an exciting bit in the front. It said the highwayman, a reward of him to be captured, £1,000. I said, if we could get the highwayman, what money would be ours. I said to Russell, I didn't know that highwaymen were alive now. I only thought that they were in fairy stories. I didn't even think they lived. But they say they're in Oxhey Wood, Score Woods.
The children of Oxhey Wood don't only sit at the receiving end of their machinery. They use it to make their own films, nature study perhaps, or as here, an opera written and performed by the school.
Move over a bit, can't see the stall. That's it. Ready, action. Oh, cat. Come on, we have to do that all over again.
It may be a while before the state can afford to equip every school like this, but that it is going to happen, few doubt. Initially, some of the Oxhey Wood teachers had their doubts, but they are now fully enthusiastic, find, together with the children, that learning is indeed an adventure when you can bring the whole world into the classroom.